Hi, this is Dr. Chris Barnes from Tensegrity Chiropractic in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we're going to have like a little personal moment here. One of the biggest questions that we get asked is, why do we do the kind of work that we do? And I've talked about this at length in a 1-hour interview with Dr. Kelly James. I'll leave a link for that below. But this is like the 3-minute version. Basically, when I went to school, the things that I had work for myself were manual chiropractic manipulation, soft tissue work like active release and Graston, and then rehabilitative exercises. And those had served me very well. But while I was in school, I went through 3 surgeries, and one of those surgeries was very traumatic. I actually woke up during that surgery and slowly developed PTSD from that surgery, as well as anxiety, panic attacks, sleep apnea, and a myriad of other symptoms, migraines, neck pain, back pain, slowly, insidiously for a couple years. So by the time I was in practice, I was struggling pretty bad. But using those 3 techniques that I did, the soft tissue work, the chiropractic work, and the rehab, I was able to resolve 75% of the patients that came in pretty effectively, pretty easily. But there was a 25% of the population it seemed like I could do nothing for. And at the same time, there was nothing I could do for myself. I would get massages every single day from the mall, get adjusted all the time. My mentor, Dr. Peterson, would have to work on me a couple times a week just so that I could function. My sleep was terrible. I wasn't dreaming anymore. No matter how many hours I slept, I woke up exhausted. Again, sleep apnea, PTSD, night terrors. Wasn't a good place. And here I was with a small group of my patients that I couldn't do anything for as well. That was until I met Dr. Lois Laney. And in her class, she was able to uncover a trapped emotion, specifically helplessness. And that's what happens when you wake up during a surgery paralyzed. I didn't know that I'd woken up paralyzed, but as she was doing her work, the memory came back, and which was very terrifying, as you can imagine. But she helped me feel safe, and she helped me process that emotion. And that night was the first time in 2 or 3 years that I actually dreamed. And it's the first time I woke up feeling not exhausted or with a headache. And I asked Lois, I said, Dr. Laney, I feel great. What is it that you did? And she told me, she goes, well, you took me back to a time where you didn't feel safe, even though you were, and we altered the outcome. And that's the magic of an emotional correction, being able to go back to the scene of the crime where something very traumatic happened, either consciously or subconsciously, and letting it know that everything is okay. And the results from that one emotional correction were life-changing. My neck pain, my back pain, my migraines just ceased. My sleep improved. Behavioral issues changed in me greatly. There was a great fear that I could be a father, a great fear that I couldn't own my own practice or go out on my own. And all those things were alleviated with a simple emotional correction. And so it took me years to figure out exactly what she did. I took several courses on emotional work, and I slowly started integrating that in about 3 or 4 years into practice. But what I've seen now is that 25% of people gap has gotten much smaller, because a lot of us are carrying around stuff that we're not even aware of. But it's causing physical pain in our body. It's affecting our sleep. It's affecting our digestion. It's affecting our just overall well-being. And so what we've done in this office is try to incorporate the physical as well as the non-physical. I no longer suffer from the things that I suffered from for years because of a 1-minute correction to the emotions. So this is the new frontier in medicine, energy psychology or emotional corrections. They're able to get into the subconscious and make very quick changes that can affect your entire body and your entire way of life. And we implement those in our practice every single day. If you ever hear about kind of miraculous healings that have taken place in this office, when people say, I don't understand what they did, but I feel amazing, that usually means that there was an emotional correction of some sort done. And it's one of those things that you honestly won't believe it until you have it done. But if you have struggled with physical pain in your body for years that contemporary or Western medicine in general has not been able to help or address, typically there's something in the emotional realm that has not been dealt with. And that's an area where we specialize, an area that we really love helping patients. So that's the short version of what happened to me and why I got into this line of work. This is not something I ever would have chosen for myself or chosen for my practice. I'm not the kind of guy that would want to do emotional work. I want to adjust people and do soft tissue work and do rehab because it's cool and because it helped me. But I suffered for a long time. And that suffering brought about compassion for others, empathy for others, and being released out of that terrible place I was creates a huge sense of gratitude for those that helped, and creates an energy or a passion to help others get through their trials and tribulations as well. We take it very personal here, and we just want to help you on your journey, whether it's giving you an exercise, whether it's teaching you to breathe better, whether it's helping you release trauma from your body, whether it's helping you just do something that you haven't been able to do in a long time. We want to be part of that journey, and every patient that we release is very, very exciting for us. It's why we're here. We love helping people. So while we still perform your typical chiropractic work and sports chiropractic modalities, we are unique in that we address the non-physical. And oftentimes that's where the miracles happen. So if you're tired of being in a place where you can't seem to get help, balancing out the emotions, giving your body back tensegrity or balance is probably exactly what you need. And we'd love to help.